Hi there, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. We're just inching closer and closer to Christmas. If you're wondering what the ladder is behind me, I start our Christmas village, and it's not complete. So it just pretty much looks like a ladder now, but it is a really cute way that we display our um, Courier and Ives houses that we've been collecting. So I'm streaming live on StreamYard to our Facebook page, Statement Designs, and also to the Tuesday Talk YouTube channel. So I always ask anybody that comes on first to let me know if they can hear me. So hope you can hear me. And let me just turn this up just a tad. Yeah, just give me the thumbs up if you can hear me. If you come on, let me know you're here and say hi. We are going to do some Christmas cards tonight. So we're getting close and it's almost time to be mailing those cards. So I do this a lot in classes, little workshops that I have. So I just use these watercolor pads. And this is the, let me see, they always have like A4, the different sizes, but it's 5 by 5 by 8 by 5.5 by 8.5 inches. So they come in sheets. I'm going to put the camera down. So they just come in sheets. It's like a tear pad. Well, here's one that's already out. And then I fold them in half. And then you can get envelopes that are exactly the same size. So I have a couple different choices. Like you can usually get this ivory color, but the last time that I went to get it, they were out. So I can use a craft envelope that'll fit when you fold it in half. Or I also have these white envelopes with the gold. So we may do those. Or I may just make the cards and get some ivory envelopes. But you're just folding the card in half, and you want to be pretty neat about this because you want it to look like a card. And they make tools, a boning tool that you can use to fold them, but I don't have those fancy tools, so I just fold it in half. So I hope everybody's doing well this evening. And I did make a post today. I left my supplies in the car that I used today, but if you follow my social media, you'll see that I did a little mini mural on top of a doorway, and I used a Christmas tree stamp. It was a winter forest, and it was from last year's Iron Orchid Designs holiday release. So that turned out rather pretty. I should have gone out and grabbed those, but I have some of this year's release so we can make some cards. I really don't have a plan here. I'm just gonna wing it. We're just gonna do what we feel. This one needs a little trimming. It has the rubber from it. So last week I made a whoopsie and I posted on the wrong channel. I broadcast on my Statement Designs channel. And the whole point of creating the Tuesday Talk channel was to do smalls and craft items and our Tuesday Talk on on that channel. So, oh well. I don't know what it did to my algorithm and all that, but anyway. If you missed me last week, you can find it on the Statement Designs YouTube channel. Okay, this one doesn't want to come out, and I'm not going to fight with it. And this one's a little messy. It looks like my screen's frozen. It just kind of lags. But this one's a little messy, so we'll come back. I have plenty more. But let's get started on these ones. So once I get a few folded, I do really like to crease them really well. So we were making gift card holders last week, and we were using these fun coffee cups from IOD stamps. These might make some cute things if they're not too big. But I have a couple. This one is the one I want to focus on and make most of my designs. This is from this year's holiday release, and it is the Christmas post stamp. Hey, Dar, how you doing? Hope you can hear me. But there's all kinds of really pretty designs in this one. So we're going to focus on this one tonight. And so let's see. There's also one that's like a nutcracker one, but we're going to use this one. Can you hear me, Dar? I'm just peeling them all off. This one's really cute. It's like a little stamp. Hey, thank you. Okay. And I love this one too. It's like a little postcard, like you would put it on a card and it would like divide the card so it looked like a postcard. So we might do one that looks like that and put it kind of horizontally. This one says postcard. Even though we're not sending postcards, it doesn't matter. This is a cute little girl drinking tea. It says Christmas tea. So these ones are going to be too big, these borders for our cards, unless we did it maybe over the whole thing. Maybe that's a possibility. But let's see. Postcard, Christmas joys. I think we have enough things that say postcard. Okay, so I think this is enough to let us get started here. And like I said, we have envelopes, and you can always match up your envelope to your card as well. So we're going to do stamping and also watercolor tonight. So I'm just going to take one and get started, and let's see. Let's do the first one with this little girl, the Christmas tea. And I found my stamps, so that's a good thing. Remember, my ink. Couldn't find my ink. So it has been located. I think, let's see. I think we'll use black ink for the first one to get it an outline. Wonder where Gretchen is tonight, Dar. She's usually in the house. It's a busy time of year. I don't always expect everybody to always be available, but so I'm just inking this up. The first time you use them, you want to use a little sandpaper over them. So that's already been done because these have been used. Okay, let's see. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it and putting it over there. You can use some of the blank Mylar sheet that comes in the backing as your guide. We also have what's called a thin mount. You can use that too. It helps you line it up if you're really wanting to be particular, but I'm not particular. Okay, very cute. It says Christmas tea. Now, the one thing I should have wiped a little bit because you can see a little bit of a shadow here, but that's okay because we're going to do watercolor and we're going to take care of that. Sometimes when it's fresh, you can take it off, but I'm not going to try. So that's one design. And then, I'll probably, maybe we should do a Merry Christmas inside. What's this? Christmas joys. So we have to keep in mind that not every person is going to get, each person I'm sending these to is only going to get one card. Hey, Gretchen. Yes, I can see you now. But so I'm not going to stress if I put the same message on the inside of the card. Um, so I'm just going to have it say Christmas joys. And I could do that in another color ink if I want. But I'm going to stick with the black for the moment. And if it isn't quite centered, that's okay too. So, oh, please pay no attention to my lack of a manicure. So I hope you guys are moving along with your Christmas plans. Hope everything's going well. So there we have one that says Christmas joys. I'm going to stamp a few and then we'll come back and do some watercolor on them. Um, so let's see. I'm going to continue with the Christmas joys on the inside. And then I think next I'm going to do a Santa sleigh here. Now, I don't have a lot of real estate on these cards, so so I may only have to use a portion of it. Or we might get creative and put the text on the outside and maybe put the Santa sleigh going on the inside. That's why I didn't have a plan tonight. I figured I'd get creative as the time went on. Okay. That's cute. The way these letters are, it looks like they're dripping like icicles. Okay, so the front, there's a cute little, like a homestead scene, like scenery. So we'll stamp that in the front. And like I said, I'm just using black ink at the moment because we're going to use some watercolor with these cards. And I hope I have enough ink on there. These are going to be fun to paint. Thanks, Gretchen. So are you guys getting ready for Christmas? Are you all ready? Where are you at with your plans? So that one's just a little scene. And again, I need to be more careful of the edges, but they're going to get colorful, so they'll be cute. And we can also add little things, little portions of some of them. So here's what I was thinking. So this is Santa's sleigh. Let's get one here and see. To figure out how this is going. I might need to get the thing out to look at it. The black part of it. Oh, okay. Santa is on the small end and the deer come out around. So yeah. So had to go that way. Just bought some more stuff today. I think I'm done buying. Okay, well, we assessed all of our presents and I had some gaps. So I did a little shopping this morning. I think we're getting there. Gretchen needs a dog is blacklisted tonight. Naughty list. I don't know what she did, but Okay, so this time I'm going to try to. Oh, that's part of it. Okay. Mm. Okay, so I'm doing the whole inside of the card this time. And I hope I have this right. I feel like I don't. I don't. That's his I guess whip. What does Santa use a whip? Oh, Okay. I'm going to rely on color to make this one a little more legible or so you can really see what it is. So it's, I don't know why it didn't come out really well, but okay. So some of these, so this one says Christmas. I wish there was a Merry. Let me double check. It just says Christmas, but I do have the one that says Christmas Joy, but hmm. Oh well. I mean, I could say Christmas, but without anything else, I don't think I'm gonna get into I do have my other stamps here. I have my letter stamps, so I could do that. Um, so Santa in that Rudolph special was pretty mean, but I don't remember a whip. Now, I think you mean dar, what are you working on tonight? Not darn, what are you working on? And we hope you join us tomorrow night for our Flippin' Bunch. We're going to be reviewing the challenge that we just had and announcing the winner for the Twice as Nice. Boy, time is just flying so fast. Does anybody else feel that? Um, oh, I just had to bust you on that one, Gretchen. It just was funny. Darn, what are you working on tonight? But I forget what I was going to say. I know I mentioned the Twice as Nice challenge, but we're going to announce the winner and do a little review. Well, that's good, Dar. Sometimes good to take the night off. Okay, I like that one. I think that's cute. Okay, let's do one. Let's turn it this way. And then I am looking forward to some time to just enjoy everything. I just really want that. So hopefully that's in the future. Okay, so this one says postcard. That could be cute in the middle, like because you could say to and from or something. Who decides the winner? Well, Crystal hosts it, and I was the co-host this time because I had won the last time. And so Crystal and I both decided. And then the winner gets to pick the theme for the next one. Could stay like this for the rest of the night. Computer only stuff. Did you finally get it? Your husband's been using it. So that is so cute. Postcard. Now I have that on the inside, so I'm gonna say, see, now that was tough to do because that little line is real wiggly, you know. So it moved on me. They're handmade, and it's the thought that counts, right? I think I'm gonna say Christmas postcard. Why not? We'll kind of stagger it a little bit and we'll put a little stamp up here. We'll be fancy. And I think since this is just text, maybe I'll start using using some red and green ink. Yeah, I thought that might be something different. Oh, helps if you stamp the right side of the stamp. Okay, so I have a big blobby mess here, so I'm gonna kind of clean that up a little bit. So I think you would definitely see that. Um, I'm thinking my screen's frozen, and every time I always ask, you guys say that it isn't. Um, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm putting Christmas up here. That's where my little blobby mess was. Okay, that turned out good. And then I'll use red for the word postcard. I pulled out the cards I did in the class, still haven't mailed them, and not frozen. Well, I never did them that day, so I thought I committed to doing that this year, so that's what I'm going to do. Darn it. Okay, I almost did it again and stamped the wrong side. Yes, the trees. Yes, like I said, I should have brought them in from outside, but they're in my van. Meeting my son tomorrow for breakfast. It's his birthday. So I actually made him a birthday card I'm still working on. Oh, that looks cute. Christmas postcard. Yeah. I mean, let's see. What shall we do next? So there is one that has like the postcard or postmark on it. So let's do that. Oh, I don't think I ever put the stamp on the other one. We'll put it, well, this one has a stamp built in, so we'll put that here. That's really realistic looking. I will, Gretchen. Did he call you today? Because he said when I messaged him, he said he was going to. That was on his list today. So I don't know whether he did or not. So let's see. I don't know what to do. Well, it's kind of repetitious to say postcard. So how about do you sell groups of cards in a package? Yes, I do. I haven't sold Christmas cards this year though, so I haven't had a chance to make them, but until tonight. And these I'm going to use for personal use. But yeah, I usually have like ones that are little kind of floral, like just note cards. And these are just so cute. Now these I won't have to paint at all. So on the inside, let's just do, what else do we have here? Again, the word postcard. They really use the word postcard a lot in this one. Not necessarily necessary. Yeah, I had that other stamp set and I'm not sure what I did with it at the moment. If I had it here, that would be awesome, but I'm not gonna. Wait, let's see what we got here. Oh, you know what? I have some of the stuff from the one that had the teacups in it. So I'm gonna get some of that out, but I'll finish this one. I'll finish this one and I'll do the Christmas joy inside. Received some calls, but only message was some scammer. I will be seeing him in the morning, so I will talk at him. mean, I know he said he wasn't going to be able to help you, but he was going to be able to refer someone. So, and I do know that this is a crazy time with the open enrollment thing. But anyway. So I'm doing Christmas joys. I bet it was crazy out there at Costco. I know our traffic is crazy here, and we're a lot, smaller than you are there. So, okay, I'm going to do one more card, and then we'll paint some. So this is the cozy stamp, and this was from, I want to say 2 years ago. It's when the gingerbread came out. Maybe it was last year. Okay, Gretchen, I will make sure he gets that message. Okay, so the cozy stamp had the stamp set had the cup and the whipped cream and the little cinnamon sticks, the tea bag. It's just so cute. But it has, let's see, this says sweater weather, that's cute. We'll do that one. And then there's little like cross stitch trees in here. Well, thank you, Gretchen, but I'll definitely talk to him about it. So these are really cute. So we'll grab some of these, and I might have to fold up some more because these are just so cute. And those are the masks. We don't have a whole lot of room on here, so we're not gonna get too crazy, but let's see if this will both fit. Sweater weather, and that's perfect, the perfect size on here. We'll do this in red. I could even ink part of it red and part of it green. That would be cute. It would be difficult, but it'd be cute. Okay, I'm gonna hit this end up just a little bit more to finish that off. And the same over here. Okay, that makes me think of the Saturday Night Live skit, the sweater weather. And then there's cookies. Has anyone made any cookies yet? There's so much to do. I don't know why it seems like so overwhelming this year. Okay, so that one I think is super cute. Sweater weather. And then on the inside, let's see. We can still say Christmas. We can still use that stamp. But maybe I'll just do, there's a little heart. Put that in the middle. And then the deer, which one is bigger than the other one, but that's okay. Kind of messes with my OCD with symmetry, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so I'm going to flip these. Okay, so this guy is here. Missed some of his rear end. So it can be a mama and baby. Okay, so that's cute. Now, all we have on here is sweater weather. So if I'm addressing this to someone, I'm probably just going to say Merry Christmas. I wish we had a little stamp that said that. And I think there is on that other one, but I don't have it with me. Okay, so I've made quite a mess, but now that I got that other stamp out, I want to do a couple more because they're just so darn cute. And we'll have plenty of time. You used that border on 2 cards. Yeah, it's so cute. This one, I think there's some snowflakes in there, and I'll do that in blue. I can get any paper out to come out. There we go. Okay, now my screen looks dark. I don't know what's happening. Is it dark for you guys? Yeah, no, it's back. Okay. And we're back. Okay. Must have been dark for you for a second because I lost a couple people there. I'm glad you guys stayed. Okay, let's see. So there's one that says stay cozy. And then there's snowflakes. Let's get the snowflakes. There's poinsettias. This is really such a cute snuggle up. This is an adorable stamp set. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's still available. I know I don't have any, but I think it was still available. Got a little bit of green on there. The chocolate on my peanut butter. So, what are some of your favorite Christmas cookies that you like to make? One of them I like to make is the Mrs. Fields chocolate chip cookie recipe, or Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus. Have you ever heard of that one? That one, supposedly, it's like a folklore story that somebody bought. They bought the cookie at, I guess they bought the cookie at Neiman Marcus, and then they asked if they could buy the recipe. And so they bought the recipe, and it was supposed to be $2.50, and they were thinking it was $2.50, but it was $250. So their revenge is they share it with everyone. So you've made them, okay. Hey, Kathy, we are making, Swedish tea cakes. Are they kind of like the round ones with powdered sugar on them? We used to call those Russian tea cakes. Hey, Swedish Russian. Kathy, we're talking about Christmas cookies. What's some of your favorites? Um, Now sugar cookies, I have to. I have to make sugar cookies. Now, of course, all mine are gluten-free, of course, but no one complains. I'm going nuts with the snowflakes. Covering up that little green spot I got on there. Okay, so we have blue snowflakes. They were really made at Neiman Marcus. Don't know if the story is true, but wouldn't be surprised. I worked across the street from the original Neiman's. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're super good. This recipe, if you guys never heard of it, so it has chocolate chips, and then it has like a big chocolate bar that you grind up and mix it in, and you grind up oatmeal, and it's just, and it makes like so many cookies. It's just it's super good. My husband just loves it, so I always have to make them for him. And we always end up with, and it seems like if I cut the recipe in half, it's never as good. So just prepare yourself for a million cookies. So now it's become a little bit of a tradition as well. But I'm not going to make a whole lot of cookies this year. I say that all the time. I mean, I just don't want to. I just don't want them left over. And I adore Russian tea cakes, Mexican wedding cakes, same thing. My favorite from childhood is Fritz cookies, even though I stink at using the cookie press. Oh, I've never used one of those. I'm just putting this Stay Cozy right in the middle. And snickerdoodles are good. My mother used to make these cookies. They were potato chip cookies. They were so good. They just had ground potato chips in them, but they were good. Kathy says, I like my great grandmother's sugar cookie recipe. I was blessed to get the recipe from my aunt. It makes a lot. I'm a sugar cookie fanatic. So, now I'm drooling. Yeah, you have to make the whole recipe, but other people love them, so they're great giveaways. That is true. Okay, so I think this one's kind of cute. Stay cozy. All right, let's get to watercolor because it's 7:38 already. Time always flies so fast when we're having fun. I'm going to put the camera up here a minute because even though you're not looking back at me technically, I miss you guys whenever I'm not looking at you. So I'm cleaning up my mess a little bit and getting that out of the way so I can paint. But I always have a big mess to clean up. Keep the cameras out for tomorrow night and clean up the mess because I have to finish my village back here tomorrow. That's another thing. So tomorrow's another busy day. I hope we don't get some yucky weather. I heard we might, but okay. So I have these different sets of watercolors, just different colors, different variations. I think these ones are pretty much the same. And then these ones which have a little metallic in them. So I'll put the camera down again. Let's So the ones that I want to do were the ones that we didn't have a whole lot of detail in. So I'm going to separate them. So the snowflakes, I'm not going to do any watercolor on because they're good as is. And so is the Christmas Joys one. So is this one. Yeah. Okay, this one we have a lot of watercolor to do. And so that one, so we have 3 cards that we're going to do some watercolor on. Still trying to remember I'm not talking to myself when on camera, hence my super quiet voice. And you do have a quiet voice. Yeah, you just as you go, you'll get used to you'll just get used to it. And, then you'll start editing out things you don't like. I say so and so often, and it drives me crazy. Sometimes I leave ums in there, but sometimes I have to get rid of all of it. So, um, see, I just said so. I catch myself saying it, but I don't catch myself enough. But on my edited videos, I can do something about it. Okay, making sure that you can see me. All right. So this is the Santa and his reindeer. I need to actually pull up the black and white image on here so I can refer to it, because you can see it there, because I can't really tell what I'm looking at here. Okay, so he has a tree in the back of the sleigh. So I'm gonna do that first. Got a nice dark green color here, and you can always make it a little deeper by dipping into the black too. And I don't want to make it too wet on the cards because I just don't want it, going all over the place. So I'm just kind of just going along. I want it a little darker. And there's packages. Oh boy, there's a lot of detail in this. Okay, so let's get Santa. I laugh because my husband talks to himself so loudly, I think he's talking to me. I only talk to myself when I'm by myself. And then I try to remind myself to be nice to myself, because sometimes I'll say things like, come on, you dummy, stuff like that whenever I do something stupid. And then I try to tell myself, be a little nicer to yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay. So let's do some of those reindeer. Here's a good brown. Boy, this is tough when you don't get a really good stamp. Hmm. I'm glad I have this guide. So my color is coming out really dark, and I kind of like it to be a little more opaque, but really the only way to do that is to add more water, and I don't really want to saturate the card. So I am going to add a little bit more though, because I want to be able to see. It is watercolor paper, so that's what these are, watercolor tablets. So should be able to absorb that. But I want to be able to see some of the stamped image in there. Okay, that's where his leg was. We have to be nice. I used to work with a woman that spoke to her all the time, including in the restroom. To spoke to herself. Like, it took me a while to stop and say, "Excuse me." Stop saying, "Excuse me." Yeah, some people do like really talk to themselves a lot. And did you ever like talk to somebody and you're saying something to them and they're like mouthing the words, and I don't know how they know what words they think you're going to say, but have you ever had that experience? It's kind of odd. Okay, now see, I'm not sure. I think I'll leave the horns like they are. Let's get these ears in here. This one's a tough one. I feel like I'm failing coloring 101, but I'm just gonna add some color here and there because I think doing them all solid isn't gonna be a good look. Oh yeah, accountants. It's a trait of accountants to do that. Talking out loud or talking to themselves or doing the lip reading thing. I'm just gonna kind of jump around here a little bit and do a little bit. I said I have this as a guide, but I really am struggling as to what I'm looking at here. So, moral of the story, some things are better left, I guess, just stamped. Maybe this is one of them. We sure had a lot of cute results from our class. I'm experimenting with different things, different looks to see if I can get the detail of the stamp through. That's so dark. I don't really want it that dark. So you know me, here I am on live, so making all the mistakes. So hopefully I'm encouraging you to not worry about things and let go a little bit. Never strive for perfection when you're doing art. Sometimes it's just enough to, just do a little squiggling and then you're suggesting it. I mean, okay, so you're saying, and that's funny, I was just going to say that on camera, the watercolor is really bringing the stamp to life. It was hard to see the picture before. Okay, so yeah, so you can see that detail of what it is. So we have Santa's sleigh. So try, let's grab some gold and then we'll put some metallic on top of it. Santa has to have a fancy sleigh. He is fancy. So there is a guy that I follow, and I've met him actually. I saw him perform um, a long, long, long time ago, and then I asked him whenever I was in a member of a business community that we used to do this street fair. I asked him if he would perform, so he did. But he's like got a better wardrobe than can't say his name, the piano player, starts with an L, many, many years ago. Liberace. Bougie Santa, yeah, for sure. But anyway, he has this amazing, it's just like his every time you look at him on Facebook, he's like posing he's got this amazing jacket on and he's posing with a Christmas tree. he I said the other day, I said, "Oh, I'd love a tour of your closet." He said, "Well, that could be arranged." This might be a better. So we'll try that. Oh, I like that. Just a little metallic, just a little something. Okay, I think that's enough. We're just gonna leave it at that. It's just kind of, yes, Liberace. um, leave it at that. The Christmas joys and that. have a little wet spot there, but it's gonna dry. So could help it out a little bit with the wipe. That helped a little bit. And it gives it kind of an artsy look, like a painting. So, okay, so here's another one that I'm gonna have to kind of look at. So I guess it is a church, or else it's just yeah, it looks like kind of like a church. And of course I got some watercolor on there. And there's like, oh, that's a bow, I guess, with snow on it. So let's start there and define that and put some green in there and some white. I mean, I think this is something you wouldn't want to be too terribly fussy with because let's face it, if you have, a couple dozen cards to send, a top coat. Now like a sports coat, but like almost like a tuxedo jacket. Really, really fancy. I'll have to send you his page so you can follow him. I'll have to send the link. Okay, and then this in here is just some sky. So let's make it kind of a grayish sky because the sky kind of looks gray when it's gonna snow. So we'll make it a blue gray. There's just some lines in here. We're just gonna follow along. I like that. I like it. Okay, what else do we have here? So let's do the church. So the church would be, well, there's all kinds of colors of churches. Let's put a pop of red in there. And that's super bright. And I have my contacts in, so it's not like I can see or anything that well. There's a little tower here with some windows in it. Okay. Um, so the rest of it, I'm going to put a little green and a little blue in there because it looks like kind of snow covered. I'm going to get the white out here for the roof here, because even though you're on a white card, that white makes all the difference. It's like you can actually see it. So I'm going to use that white on top of the boughs because they have snow on top of them. And then they have icicles hanging from them. Okay, so I'm gonna mainly fill in, I think, with the white and then just add a little bit of green in. Maybe we'll just leave it all white because it looks like just a snowy scene. A little bit more of that sky. Let's fill in over here. That got a little darker than I wanted it to, but there's that. Now, Like I said, we have a little spot down here, so I'll have to, somehow camouflage that, but I might you know what we can do? We can go freehand, and we can continue the bows down here. Who says we have to have a stamp to tell us what to do, right? Then I'll use the other one, the white, and do the little dripping from underneath. And that is that one. And again, we have a little wet, so let's blot it a little bit. That helps. And another thing you could do is the stamp paint stamp. So we could stamp back over that. I'm going to give that a whirl. Because why not? I might mess it up totally, but that's what we're here for, is to experiment a little bit. And we have one more to go, and then I can't believe this hour has gone by so quickly. Okay, so wish me luck. See if I can get it lined up. The one thing that's really, wait a minute. I had it upside down. I was like, okay, but the roof is the thing that's going to help me get it lined up. So wish me luck here. So what this is doing is adding the detail back in. And it really did the trick. Because before it was just looking kind of blobby. And now you can see what it's supposed to be. The church in the wildwood, we'll call it. Santa, I think you can see. Okay, so let's do this little girl with Christmas tea. Now, if I want to color this in, which I do want to, I barely want any paint on there because, thank you. So what I'm going to do is try one of these like real sheer colors. Yeah, because I can still see. Now, a word of caution here, if you are using an ink that is not a permanent ink, like, so this is Iron Orchid Designs ink, and it is a permanent ink. So that means I can take this watercolor paint right over it and it's not going to run. But if you use, I can never remember the name of it. Oh, Distress ink, because it's really pretty. Yeah, I love that song too. Oh, Church in the Wildwood. But the this stays on ink. I love the colors. They have fantastic colors, but it's not permanent. So if you would do this on there, it would run. So you want to watch. Okay, this one's kind of fun to do. So that little Christmas tea is metallic, and you can still read the word Christmas. And I'm going to put there's little hearts. This one has a lot of detail, but there's just little hearts in here. So it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. So let's see. Our little tea kettle's down there, so we'll make it a copper kettle. So here's a really good coppery color. I'm going to blot that just a tad. Okay. And her dress, I think we'll make it red, maybe a bright pink. How about that? kind of fell in love with the permanent ink and being able to watercolor over it. Yeah, it is fun. Fun, fun. So I took Lainey to see the Nutcracker the other night, and we actually wore the same color outfit. It was funny because took the picture in front of the tree, and she had this burgundy colored dress on, and I had a burgundy sweater on, and we just matched. She loved it. She loved every minute of it. Her friend that's good she goes to school with, which is my friend's granddaughter, so we often do things together. But she was in it along with her parents, so which would be my friend's son and his wife. So we went to see it with her mom, my friend's mom. So anyway, it was a very nice night, but Lainey just loved every minute of it. All right, what color should we make the cat? I've never seen the Nutcracker, which feels so wrong. His was a local ballet. How wonderful. Yes. There was so yeah, it was all local cast, and then they had a professional um that did the dance a couple times through it and at the end. But it was it was very, very good. I have to admit, like the first scene, I was kind of like, okay. But then it's just like everything, the second act, it just really, oh, just beautiful. I mean, you've heard the music all your life, and then to see, really what it's all about is another thing. I made the cat kind of gray. And let's give her a little blonde hair, maybe. Let's give her. That's really blonde. Let's put a little brown in it. And let's put more of a reddish bow in her hair. Wow. She has red hair now. Yes, it really it's the Mishler Theater is the name of the theater, and it actually George Burns used to come here and perform, and he even wrote a book that said they love me in Altoona. Nowadays, wow, that really keeps grabbing that red, keeps giving her pink hair, which, nowadays it's not uncommon, but yeah, Lainey had these little things in her hair too. They were little both kids have them in. They're just like little glitter strands that they add them in, kind of like they do extensions, but it just adds to her hair. And, oh, so cute. She looks like $1,000,000. Okay, I can't get her hair quite right, but we're gonna have a little bit of that red in it. Okay, so we're gonna give her maybe a blue teacup, or maybe we should make it darker green. And the theater is beautiful. The Mishler Theater is absolutely beautiful. So my friends, so her daughter-in-law works for Sheets, so we got to sit in the Sheets box. So the Sheets are, they started here. So our little town of Altoona just has so much history. Okay. Look at her. She's cute. Christmas joys. I could put a little color in there too. I do have some watercolor pens too, so they're really nice to use too. Let me put the camera back up here. Yeah, they definitely do. So, well, I am, thank you. I'm so glad that you guys joined me tonight, took a little time out of your busy Christmas preparation, and I'm glad you can be here with me. I hope to keep doing them as we come closer to Christmas, but I just can't believe how fast the month is flying. So, did I seal it? No. I figure, hey, it's just a card. I'm not planning on sealing it. So, no. Yeah, because I mean it'll absorb in there. So, but yeah, that's I like that one. I might add a little color, more color around it, But so anyway, I thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I just love you guys and hope to see you tomorrow night on the Flippin' Bunch. All right, talk to you later. Bye.